Now it's 6. Authorities begin investigating the cause of an early morning church fire in Galena. Plus, the community of Columbus steps in to help when an area farmer passes away. And a Joplin business hosts a tasty fundraiser to benefit the Humane Society.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A suspected lightning strike in Galena, Kansas leads to an early morning church fire. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Anthony Saviello. The fire happened around 3:30 this morning at the Christ Point Church in Galena on the Kansas-Missouri state line. The fire was contained to the Student Life Center in the west portion of the building. Christ Point Church released a statement saying in part, quote, "Please be praying as we navigate this situation and showing thanks as it wasn't worse. We love you and we'll get through this," end quote. The Joplin Police Department releases additional information in connection with a serious crash involving a pedestrian. Authorities received reports of the crash last night around 5:45 on North Main and Murphy Boulevard. They say a pedestrian was struck by a vehicle in the crosswalk area. The driver remained on the scene. At the time of the accident, the victim, now identified as 39-year-old Abby Zeb of Joplin, was rushed to an area hospital with serious injuries. She was pronounced dead a short time later. We'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty for a first look at weather.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a nice one for us today. Temperatures are fantastic, pretty close to where we should be for this time of the year. It was still above normal, but not bad. 75 was our high temperature. We started at 63 degrees. Now, we did get some showers and thunderstorms that rolled through last night. Now, they did kind of die as they worked in. So not a lot of rain since midnight. So that whole little system gave us just under 1/10 of an inch. But hey, we'll definitely take it because it has been so dry across the region. 70 in Joplin, 68 is where we stand in Pittsburgh, upper 60s, and then you got lower 70s once you get into our southern counties. A light northerly wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, but clear skies. And this is what we are going to see as we go through the evening hours, and it looks like a fantastic weekend. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
See you soon. Farmers in Columbus stepped up to harvest soybeans for a farmer that passed away this past Saturday. Matt Atkinson was involved in a fatal car accident. He left behind a wife, kids, and a farm that was spread out about 20 miles. Farmers in Columbus put their own crops on hold to tend to the Atkinson farm.
There were a couple of the guys that had their own crops to harvest there, and they just put it on hold for a half a day. Fortunately, we were already done, and then another guy or two was done, but I know some of them put off their own stuff to take and help accomplish this.
Matt Atkinson was a 7th-generation farmer. The Lions hosted a cancer awareness ceremony today. The event at Missouri Southern honored breast cancer victims and survivors. Students and staff also used the event as a way to raise awareness for breast cancer, spread information about support services, and stress the importance of early detection.
Advances in the survival rate of breast cancer is early detection. And for our students, I think it's particularly important that early in their life they become aware of breast cancer and that they need to take care of themselves and their own and health care and be an advocate for themselves when it comes to taking care of themselves.
Proceeds raised from the event will go to the Hope for You Breast Cancer Foundation, headquartered here in Joplin. Ridgeline Roofing and Solar's second annual chili cook-off brought the heat this morning, all to help raise funds for the Joplin Humane Society. It was $20 for contestants to enter their pot of chili and $10 for attendees to taste.
It's a lot of employees. We've had a lot of people enter online. We even have another roofing company locally that we're friends with that entered. We're excited for that as well.
First place in the cook-off won $500 and a trophy. Other awards were also given out to second and third place chilies. The city of Carthage also got in on the spirit of giving today. The Carthage Community Foundation awards grants totaling more than $45,000 to different area not-for-profit organizations and projects supporting the Carthage community. Recipients included the Community Clinic of Southwest Missouri, the Carthage Public Library, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Jasper and Newton counties, and Carthage Cross Lines Ministries. The Boots Court Foundation and the Carthage Historic Preservation also received grant money during the event. A local bakery owner says she had to raise prices for her customers to keep up with her business expenses. Governor Laura Kelly signed the Axe the Food tax for Kansas in 2022, which lowers at-home groceries from 4% to 2%. However, the bakery owner and some residents of Pittsburgh say they had to work a little more harder than they did last year just to get by.
So we've had to find new suppliers, and they are having to charge more, or we've lost our local suppliers where now we're having to pay shipping to get items here that we didn't have to before, which just adds to the overall cost.
The owner also says the cost of packaging is just as bad or worse. We'll have more on her story tonight on KOAM News at 10. Well, KOAM Sports Director John Dales is live from Columbus, Kansas for this week's Game of the Week. We have a preview of that and more coming up in sports. But up first, KOAM's Elise Noe brings us the story of one Lamar, Missouri high school student who's making a positive impact in her community. Back, our Talk of the Town series highlighting individuals across the 4 states who are making a positive impact in their communities. Today, Elise Noe introduces us to 15-year-old student from Lamar, Missouri, who's doing just that.
Under the Friday night lights, Lillian Van Gilder stands out from the rest. Diagnosed with autism at just 3 years old, she's embraced her differences and turned them into strengths.
Yeah, I did Shreya. I did good.
You did do good.
And there's no question her enthusiasm is contagious.
Are you ready for the game tomorrow night?
Ready.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Lillian's joy radiates, and not just on the field, but throughout their entire town of Lamar.
She has been a light ever since she was born. We've had multiple people tell us that her smile changed their day. She's just a light, and I mean, she kind of speaks for herself.
As Lillian navigates the world of high school, she's able to find self-expression through cheering with her teammates.
We all hit challenges, and for her, cheerleading just makes her happy. It's an outlet for her. It's hard being a teenager and going through, all the changes that you do, and with being autistic, not being able to actually verbally express your emotions and stuff. Sometimes that's a little overwhelming, but cheer has been awesome for her.
Brady, a lifelong friend and Lamar football player, has watched Lillian grow into the person she is today.
I'm really proud of her. She definitely grew up. She's a lot more mature now. She is definitely better as a person, and she's pretty awesome.
On game days, Lillian is the heartbeat of the Lamar Tigers, counting down to kickoff with an excitement that can be felt from the stands.
She loves games. She will count down games from the beginning of the week all the way through. It'll be Tuesday, and she'll tell me it's Wednesday, then Thursday, and then it's Friday football, and she is pumped all week for football. She gets super excited when we get out there.
And her teammates rally behind her.
They want her positive and happy, and they are more than willing to help lift her spirits and make sure that she's having a good time and enjoying being where she is for the day. So they love having her there.
Fans even come to the games just to see her cheer.
I've had people, at least one person every single game, come to me afterwards and be like, I enjoy watching Lily so much. Thank you for allowing her to, go out there and express herself and do this.
And Lillian is more than just a cheerleader. She's a beacon of inspiration for the entire community.
She walks into a room with joy, and she changes the whole atmosphere.
Yeah, she does.
And she's been that way her entire life.
And as she joins her team in chants and cheers, Lillian has captured the hearts of many. She embodies the spirit of a small Midwest town, a community united by support and love. And that's why Lillian Van Gilder is the talk of the town.
Lillian and Lamar High School cheerleaders will wrap up their season at the end of the month. If you know someone making an impact in their community, you can nominate them on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, by visiting the Talk of the Town page under the Community tab. Well, a little later, the Chiefs make moves off the field. Voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holtis, brings us the latest in this week's Minute with Mitch. That's coming up.
Plus, it's going to be a cold. Well, it turned out to be a great Friday for us today. It was cooler after record highs. We had 90 yesterday. Today, not the case as we went into the mid-70s, but still above our average high. Had a few scattered thunderstorms last night, which was nice to see. Now we're dry again for the next few days, but a fantastic Friday evening. Great shot. Evening daylight hours, of course, are shrinking up. Daylight saving time next weekend, so we're going to fall back 1 hour. So right now, the way it looks at 6:15, this is the way it's going to look at 5:15 here in just a little over a week. All right, if you're heading out to Fort State Friday night high school football, hoodie weather dropping back through the 60s into the 50s. Very comfortable throughout the night. Temperatures right now anywhere from 68 in Stockton, 72 in Neosho, 74 in Bentonville. You got Miami at 75, you got Independence at 70, you got 68 in Iola. Let's go outside. Here's 7th and Rangeline, looking fantastic. Sitting at 70, northerly winds at about 5 to 10. Still a little bit breezy, but not bad. We're going to have these northerly winds, light, sticking around tonight. And then as we go into the weekend, they'll start to shift out of the east, which will give us another great day tomorrow. And then eventually by Sunday, they start to crank back around to the south. And what that will do in return is allow our temperatures to start to warm up. But we are going to see a great weekend. All right, outside, nothing going on. Clear skies here. We are going to get some showers, northern parts of Arkansas later on tonight, but these will stay just to our south. If we look at our upper level flow, not a whole bunch going on until you get off the coast of the Pacific Northwest. That's our next storm system, but it's still 5 days away or so, so it's not going to affect us as we go into the weekend. In fact, we're going to get some high level clouds, but besides that, we look pretty good. Here's our next storm system. Kicks out. So now we're looking at Wednesday. Chances for showers and thunderstorms across the region, which, hey, we definitely need. It should be out by Halloween morning, which is good. But here's what I like seeing. Additional storm systems dipping in, reloading right behind it. And that's going to make our pattern quite a bit more active than what we have seen over the past 8 to 10 weeks, where we really haven't had much going on whatsoever. All right, so, boy, I love when my machine knocks out 3 or 4 graphics. 72 for us tomorrow. I'm going to have to look at that and see what happens. 79 on Sunday, 84 on Monday, Tuesday, 82. All right, so we're going to get some chances for showers and thunderstorms in here Wednesday night into Thursday. But again, I think Halloween, any showers should be out of here by Thursday morning. But look at this, cooler Thursday and Friday, temperatures into the 60s. Rain chances back in the forecast as we go through next weekend. So the weekend looks great.
Good.
No complaints. Yeah. Kind of comfortable evenings, comfortable nights. And I do like seeing rain chances because we've gone so long without beneficial rain, but at least we got a little bit last night.
Yeah, had a little bit of moisture on the ground this morning. Loved seeing it. Yeah.
I know, it's perfect for high school football tonight, which I bet John's got an update on that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's straight ahead. Still ahead, it's final week of regular season high school football in Missouri and Kansas. John Dales joins us live from Cecil Klein Field in Columbus with a preview of the game of the week. Up next.
Hey, welcome into KOAM pregame live. It's the final week of the regular season for high school football in both Kansas and Missouri. And our game of the week brings us to Cecil Klein Field in Columbus as the Titans play host to Parsons. Now, Columbus enters this contest with a 5-2 record. Their only losses so far this season have come to Frontenac and Colgan. They're undefeated, 3-0 on this field, on their home field. Those wins have come over Independence, Galena, and Baxter Springs, but Parsons probably the best visiting team to come to this field so far this year. They're a very talented team. Don't be fooled by their 2-5 record. Their 2 wins have come over district opponents. That was against Neodesha and Baxter Springs. Now the Titans and Vikings enter the night tied in district play, so whoever wins this contest is guaranteeing themselves a home playoff game next week. That's when the playoffs get started. Like I mentioned, it's also the final week of the regular season over in Missouri. Plenty of big games there as teams hope to hit their stride as they get ready for district playoffs. One of those obviously being Seneca. The Indians are our only local team to be undefeated over in Missouri. They can finish the regular season with a perfect 9-0 record if they take care of Lamar tonight. It's been an up and down season for the defending state champions, but they enter tonight on a 2-game winning streak. Over in Oklahoma, Miami is coming off its biggest win of the season. The War Dogs ended Grove's undefeated season on the road last week. Tonight, the War Dogs have another big one, this time at home. They play host to Cushing. Both of these teams are 5-2, and Miami currently has a 1-game lead in front of Cushing in the district standings. Now over in pro football, the Chiefs take their undefeated record on the road to Vegas this Sunday to play the Raiders. Now they've made several personnel changes throughout the early weeks of this football season. More on that in this week's Minute with Mitch.
All of us at some point of our lives ask for a second chance to be forgiven. No Chiefs player is happier than running back Kareem Hunt. After his monster rookie year for the Chiefs in 2017, Hunt was listed as the 33rd best player in the NFL going into the 2018 season. But events that are now well known led to his release on November 30th of that year. 6 years later, Kareem Hunt has another chance with the Chiefs. He told me what he learned here at the beginning of his career never left him in Cleveland, and he's ecstatic to be back in red. What's ironic, however, is that the next game the Chiefs were to play, the week that Hunt was released in 2018, was on the road against the Raiders. This week, Hunt will be with his new old teammates on the road against the Raiders. A huge second chance on this Minute with Mitch. The Minute with Mitch is brought to you by Como Jewelry in Joplin and Pittsburgh.
Well, before we get to high school football, or to pro football, obviously we've got a full slate of high school games tonight. We hope you'll be able to join us at 10:15. That's 4 State Friday night right here on KOAM. And usually I'm asking you to stay up late to join us on Fox Press Box, even later than normal because of World Series and college football coverage. We go on the air at 1:30 tonight on Fox 14, but for now, that's it.
A 4-state hero.
Due to the opening night of the World Series, followed by college football, there will be no KOAM News on Fox 14 tonight. KOAM News at 10 will air at its regular time. Be sure to be tuned in for us with that. Now you can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, and sports with KOAM Plus TV streaming app. It's available on Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV Plus, and Roku. The player is also available on our news and weather apps, as well as our website. Watch live streaming anytime, absolutely free, the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. And I'd love to be watching the streaming app with the nice weather we've been having, or will have. Chances of rain as well, too.
Yeah, the weekend's going to be fantastic. We're going to have great temperatures. Oops. Let me hit the space bar.
Look at those clouds. Those look
I know.
so great.
But it's better to have data on it. 72 tomorrow, kind of chilly tomorrow night. 79 on Sunday. So the weekend's going to be great.
Yeah.
I always get complaints that people are like, where's fall? Because it's too hot or too cold. Here's your fall. It may only last a weekend.
I'm seeing some leaves on the ground.
I know.
It's pretty colors
Kinda
outside
nice.
for sure. Thanks for watching us. We're right back here at 10. From all of us here, have a great night.